off.
You're missing the point. There's no throne. There is no version of this where you come out on top.
Let me infiltrate the beat, concentrate the heat. If you ain't on my level, fuck it, let me be. I'll be going till it's all in motion, talking killing rappers. Then I hit my quota, and my train of thought is more a locomotive. Talking reason for it, I got locomotive. Used to be on a revenge tip, on a stun on my ex in a France tip. I was Spider-Man whipping the black suit. I was powerful, but almost lost Luke. Blurring the line between human and artist. Try not to change, but I swear it's the hardest. I swear when you're up, they turn you to a target. Home was a trip, my life ain't when I'm talking. So, what it take to be an icon? All in your desktop, so I just might already be one. My me with the label, it feels on the table one sign, but I'm down for a free lunch. Just speaking my heat-seeking missiles of hits, but other than me, I see no heat exists. Yo, gassed up, I'm about to go green, go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me, know me. Write it to life like I'm Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. If life's about to be a cold war, I'm the hero that they asked for. Green, 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 green. I'm about to go green, 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 green. I'm about to go green, 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 green. I'm about to go green. Get the fuck back, I'm about to go green. I might begin making a feature Iraq. Cause when I hit your beat, I turn shit to Iraq. Dropping bombs like I'm cursing you out. This your house, then I'm kicking you out. Quiet as a mouse, came in the game, not a word is out that I've been lighting the flame. Shit is potent, don't you know it? I've been flowing steady, growing till they know the name. Saw it ahead of time, knew that I'd get to my losing myself in the view to some window pane. I swear I'm all about peace, I'm a positive person. Wasn't always like that, you know it took me some learning. They asked me how I push a positive light, how I keep my composure through internal fights when addressing the mic through these dark nights. Where the Bruce Wayne, what a trick be. Here's some truth that I'll let free. Bruce Banner of rap if you ask me. When my will to win and the track meet, the secret is I'm always angry. Yo, gassed up, I'm about to go green, go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me, know me. Write it to life like I'm Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. If life's about to be a cold war, I'm the hero that they asked for. Green, green, green. I'm about to go green, green, green. I'm about to go green, green, green. I'm about to go green, green. Get the fuck back, I'm about to go green.
Shout out to my people, shout out to my pops. Thank you for being here, y'all. Usually I do this for my father, but today I just got to go green. I had to put it out there for the MVPs. We're about to go green. Last night, what an epic night. We went 1 for 3, and some people might be like, man, you're missing. No, the players are disappointing from time to time, but the prop bets were hitting. Certain MVPs know what to bet on. They know what they're doing. Certain people are up, certain people are down. And if you're down, well, that's probably where you're at in life. You were probably down before you ever met me. That's all I'm saying. All right. Today, the show is the Big 12 and the American Athletic Conference. I am under the weather. I'm doing my best. I'm souped up on all kinds of shit, bro. I'm taking some of the worst tasting medicine. Shout out to Kim. She does this to me all the time. Sweetie, what's for dinner tonight? Ribs? No. Oh, we got some pasta things. She's doing Hello Fresh, y'all. We're on a Hello Fresh tip. Word to your mother. But before we get to that, yeah, there was a lot of trending things in sports today. I didn't want to touch on a lot of them. I want to keep this sports-oriented. We have 2 football games tonight, so I'm going to have to live stream for about 6 hours. I don't want to drag this show out for 2 hours while I'm having to go for another 6. That's 8 hours in one night. I don't know how much you guys like to make for your 8-hour shift. For me, at least $1,000. If I got to work an 8-hour day, it better be $1,000. I can't put in that kind of work like you guys. You guys say 8 hours. Rico, I like $30 an hour. Okay, not me. Not me. This is tough. Talking the whole time, your throat starts to hurt. Pause. You start losing your voice. You're dealing with haters. Shout out to TikTok, all the haters. Hey, if you got questions for me about football and you want to join this conversation, all you got to do, click up here, go to YouTube, search Rico Knows. You know the name of the channel. Jump in the chat. We got people over here putting their questions in right now. I will only answer YouTube questions, not the TikTok questions. So Jake Smith, you're talking to yourself, bruh. You're talking to yourself. Thank you for being here, Julie. I see you. Thank you to whoever's over there. Victor Douglas, I see you. But you guys aren't watching the show. The show's on YouTube. That's where we get paid. They don't pay us over here. We get paid over here. Shout out to YouTube, doing our thing. If you got your questions, get them in. Make sure they are Big 12 oriented about tonight's football games or American Conference oriented. Please. They can be NFL. No problem. Let's get into it, though. Tonight, we got 2 games. We got FIU at Sam Houston. If you didn't know, There's not an MVP in the world that wants to bet on Sam Houston. We don't know who they are, what they are, outside of being winless on the season. We don't know what they're going to do. We can't stand betting on this team, so MVP, stay away from it. That being said, give me Sam Houston to win their first game. Their first game of the season, Sam Houston's winning this game. FIU corners are slow. They can be beat deep. Sam Houston can manipulate them with great tight end play, and Sam Houston has a good defense. I like Sam Houston to beat FIU at home, get their first win of the season, get off this schneid of losing every single game. Shout out to Casey Keller. I really want to see Sam Houston win this game. Keontae Jenkins, I'm pissed at him. If you don't know anything about that kid, he's a redshirt freshman for FIU, and let me tell you, he just doesn't throw the ball when he needs to. He'll hold on to that shit forever, hoping somebody gets open. I want Sam Houston to win that game. New Mexico State at UTEP, the battle for the I-10. It's, if you didn't know, if you're in Las Cruces, New Mexico, you're 60 minutes away from UTEP, and there's nothing in between the two. There's White Sands Missile Range and Anthony, Texas, which is on the border. And then there's El Paso. So this is a rivalry game. It should be close. It should be, competitive, but I won't go into detail and discuss anything. That is an MVP lock. If you want to know the prop bets for that game, you want to know who to be betting on tonight, what to take, all the plays, the MVPs know it. They got their video at 4 in the morning this morning. I hooked them up. We've been on it all day. There's an updated video I just posted an hour ago. We are all over this. MVPs, if you want in, the game starts at 9 p.m. You guys got about 5 hours. 5 hours to make it happen. 5 hours to make it happen, to learn about this game and what we should be betting on. Good luck with that. Now, going and looking at the American Conference. This doesn't look like the American Conference. Excuse me. This does. The American, tomorrow night, you've got Rice at Tulsa. That's not an MVP matchup. I can just tell you right now, Rice having to deal with, we got to check injury reports. If they don't have JT Daniels, they still have a passing attack. It's just not the same. And they got to go on the road to Tulsa. I like Tulsa in the matchup, man. I really do. Tulsa's underwhelming. They don't get a lot of things right. But sometimes Tulsa shows up to play, and I'd imagine it's going to be at home. I'd imagine if Rice is playing with a backup quarterback, they got a shot. So either way, I can't bet on that game. I stay away from it. The next game, Friday night, that probably will be an MVP matchup. I haven't decided yet. SMU at Temple. Let me double check my list. I don't even have it open over here. That's bad news. Let me do something real quick. I hate to kill time while talking to you guys, but what the heck is all this, bro? Excel just took up my whole screen. I apologize, guys. There we go. Please stop acting a fool. This PC just play that song, keep it dancing, dance all night, all night. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about? Hey DJ, just play that song. No. Oh, whoops. This PC, we're on documents. We don't need to be on documents. Get out of here, bro. I want desktop. Where's she at? Where's she at? I think it might be this one. That's tripping, bro. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that, y'all. All right, so just double checking that it's not on my list. It isn't on the list, so I can talk about it. SMU at Temple. I didn't feel comfortable putting it on the list. Maybe the spread's too big or whatever it is. I really like SMU's defense. I like what they're doing, and I feel like Temple has no defense. Temple cannot stop SMU. I expect a big game, a lot of passing yards, but Temple's defense cannot stop anyone. So I like SMU to win the game, obviously, but I think the spread might have been too big. Air Force and Navy, that's an MVP lock. Memphis at UAB, I expect these teams to score a lot of points. Love UAB's offense. I even like the over in that game. I like Memphis to score a ton and UAB to keep pace. I don't know what the over-under is right now, but I like the over in Memphis, UAB, whatever it is. It could be 65 points. I still like the over. Both those teams can score. Charlotte at East Carolina, the exact opposite. I don't know what the score is or what the over-under is, but I like the under all day. These teams will have trouble scoring against each other, and Charlotte has a good defense. Charlotte has a good defense, and they just lost 14-0, I think. Didn't they? The Navy? They just lost. I still like Charlotte and East Carolina. Nobody scoring in that game. North Texas, Tulane. I know a lot of people think it's a shootout. I know it. and I want to believe it. The problem is Tulane's defense is too good. They got defensive backs that can really shut down a passing attack. You saw it right here. Tulane shutting down Memphis to 21 points. Even if you think North Texas can go out there and put up 45 like they do, it's just because Temple got no defense, okay? You start seeing 40 points, 46 points, or 39 points in a loss. Like, North Texas looks like they score a lot of points, but I think it's because they've played no good defenses. When you start seeing Tulane, their defenses are too good, and people can't get more than two. These are tremendous offenses here. Tremendous. They shut USM down to 3, kept Ole Miss under 40 with a backup quarterback, but their defense is really good, Tulane's, especially in the secondary. They stop passing offenses. So I actually like Tulane to shut down North Texas. It's 20 points. Holy smokes. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. North Texas, I don't know about 20. Give me, oh, man. North Texas can't stop anything, though, guys. Oh, man. 63. Whew. You could go over and say North Texas covers this spread. You could go over and say North Texas covers this spread, but, man, I feel like North Texas can't score on Tulane's defense. That's why it's not an MVP lock. It's just an open discussion. It's just me thinking out loud with you guys. Okay? So do what you want with the information I'm giving you. I'm just telling you, Tulane can stop passing attacks. They made Seth Hennigan look like he couldn't throw the football. They made Seth Hennigan look like he couldn't throw the football in the first quarter. And then they got the ball rolling. But by that time, it was already too late. They made a great quarterback look like he couldn't throw the ball. I'd say be very careful. I feel like Tulane is just really good. Just FYI. And then we got South Florida at UConn. I don't know if that's an MVP. Let me double check. What time is that game? It's not on the list. We can talk about it. South Florida at UConn. I believe South Florida is the better team. Byron Brown, dual threat quarterback, can run, and he's more explosive, but South Florida's defense is looking bad. UConn's got just the rushing attack with Rosa and nothing else really. I like South Florida to go on the road and win that game after looking terrible. South Florida was a favorite last week, and they got beat by like 40 points. Something serious. It was bad. But Byron Brown is a dual threat quarterback and explosive and dynamic. He'll be the best player on the field in that game. UTSA at FAU, man. FAU getting no love. I'm letting you know now. FAU getting no love. Just looking at that, I guarantee you this matchup is going to be UTSA favored no matter what they just did. UTSA by 3. Yeah, look at that 40-point victory over on the road at South Florida. South Florida was favored. But UTSA is starting to hit their stride. We're starting to realize that this win over Texas State is quality. This was a fluke. This shouldn't have happened. And this isn't a bad loss. And then they just started putting up 40 points once they get into conference play. 40 points once they get into conference play. So if UTSA and Frank Harris can hit their stride and start putting up 40, well, then Florida Atlantic's in trouble. Right? They're in trouble. But let's say UTSA can put up 40 on these guys. What are they putting up? They were competitive with Illinois, who's looking okay. I don't know, man. 59.5. I'd say that's a lot of points. I'd say give me the under. I think it's going to look like this. 23-17-ish. 59.5 seems like a lot. It really does. I think there'll be some stops. Some wasted possessions. Frank Harris will be inaccurate. It's interesting. Something to think about. Big 12. My goodness. You know, I was looking up other stories. I got to find it. I had these other links here. Let me see something. Something I want to show you guys. The newcomers in the Big 12 are floundering in early Big 12 play. We're talking about BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF. They're just all finding ways to lose in the Big 12. Welcome to the Big 12. You're finding ways to lose. You're not cut from the same cloth as the rest of them. And you're finding it out firsthand, right? No matter what you did in the preseason, they're just not winning games right now. And UCF, Gus Malzahn says, it's pretty much what we thought it would be. Yeah, bro, you're about to get your face smashed, right? UCF and Oklahoma are playing each other. MVP level lock, can't talk about it. But Baylor at Cincinnati, talk about a coach on the hot seat. If Baylor loses this game on the road at Cincinnati to one of the newcomers, oh my goodness. Baylor needs to win this game like you wouldn't believe. They better play inspired football. They got a rushing attack. You cannot go lose to a team that lost to Miami of Ohio. Oklahoma State and West Virginia, somebody's got to lose, and that's unfortunate because they're both really overachieving right now. They're both overachieving right now. I'm really impressed with what they've both been doing. Texas at Houston should be a blowout. Nothing to see there. Let's see what Donovan Edwards can do yards-wise. And then Texas Tech at BYU. Texas Tech is looking like they're winning, man. They got a backup quarterback, and he's playing better than everybody. Oh, no. I was thinking TCU. My bad. Morin is at Texas Tech. I still got Texas Tech winning that game. TCU, going to surprise the world. I think they'll be competitive with Kansas State. Kansas State should be winning this game, but it doesn't go that way. There's a reason Kansas State wasn't in my preseason top 25. I remember I got shit for it. Somebody attacked me via chat. I can pull it up. It's in the Who Is playlist on TikTok. And in the comments, I just remember I made the video and somebody said, Rico, K-State should be in your top 25. And I was like, really? Not from what I've seen. Nah, I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. And I think I'm right. They're very underwhelming on film. They've let us down time and time again. But that's the Big 12 and the matchups coming into this week. It looks like a lot of blowout victories from the top two. And then nobody else is ranked. There are top two teams and no one else is ranked. Isn't that pretty ridiculous? I mean, Kansas has got a bye week this week. But still, man, top two, no Kansas, no like, what are we doing? That's crazy. Something to think about. All right, let me get to the chat. Let's go over this. Shout out to everybody who's here. Shout out to TikTok if you're watching right now. Move over if you want to talk to me. All you got to do, go to YouTube, search Rico Knows. Go up here, click the link if the link's still in the bio. But go over to YouTube, join us, throw in a question. I'll answer it. Shout out to everybody who's here. And for you haters, if you're not an MVP, yeah, you're probably lying that Rico lost me money. No, I didn't, because I see all the MVPs. They're in green chat over here. Let's go. Hit that like button if you're here. You can leave the chat if you're watching the show right now. Leave the chat, then hit the like button. You just hit leave chat. Then it'll give you the option to like the show or not. Hit like. You could leave the whole show completely before you enter. Hit the little thumbs up and then come back into the stream. I really appreciate it if you guys can hit like before we get started. Shout out to Paris Baker. You are now an MVP. Congratulations. Swaggy AC. You are an MVP. Congratulations. Paul's Claps. MVP. Congratulations. Dom says, I don't see Tulane covering against North Texas. I feel it will be a shootout with North Texas coach bringing that air raid look. So, if you don't know, the North Texas head coach is Eric Morris. He's the former offensive coordinator at Washington State last year. And as you can see, Washington State starting to struggle just a little bit. They lost Eric Morris. You have a head coach caliber offensive coordinator. It's going to be difficult to remain as successful. They still have Arbuckle there as offensive coordinator at Washington State. But Eric Morris, before he was the offensive coordinator at Washington State, he was the head coach at Incarnate Word. He's really good offensively. He knows what he's doing. He was the head coach at Incarnate Word before G.J. Kinney took over. And now G.J. Kinney's at Texas State. And now you got Eric Morris coming back home, and he's running North Texas. And there'll be a rivalry there for sure. But what is North Texas doing? Well, they got a transfer quarterback from ULM. They had to restock all their best players. They lost about 5 of their best players to the SEC, right? Their best corner transferred to Ole Miss. Their starting tight end transferred to Arkansas. Their best linebacker went to Auburn. Their best wide receiver went to Auburn. They had just so many great players hit the transfer portal and just gone. All because they fired Seth Luttrell. That man got him to the conference championship game going 8-8, or I'm sorry, 6-6. which is really weird. They only got to go to the conference championship game because JMU wasn't allowed to go. But North Texas losing their starting quarterback, Austin Ani, the 29-year-old, to the transfer portal or to the NFL graduation, whatever you want to call it. The guy didn't want to play college anymore. He's 29. But they are overachieving. They look good. They go out there and score. But I just told you, I feel like Tulane's strength on defense is their secondary. They have great defensive backs. So much so that one of their other corners transferred to – so Deshaun Gaddy went to Ole Miss, but so did Kennedy. And Kennedy tore his ACL. He's recovering right now. But Kennedy was like the newcomer of the year for the conference at corner last year. He's one of the best players, and he runs like 23 miles an hour before he got injured. Extremely fast. And Kennedy's at Ole Miss recovering right now. So for me, Tulane's defense is so good. I'm sorry, I was talking about North Texas and then Tulane's Kennedy. Tulane's defense is so good, though. I feel like they match up really well with North Texas's strengths, and I think that leads to 3 and outs. That leads to turnovers. And unfortunately, North Texas is going to have to try to keep pace, and I don't see it. With Pratt and Keys and some of these guys, they're just beasts, bro. They're just, man, huge. Like, they got real players. Tulane's got a good team. Tulane's a top 25 team. I don't care what their record says. Talent-wise, they're top 25. Ed Hartig, you're an MVP. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. Jonathan Garcia, you're an MVP. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the fam. Andy Idiotica, Andy something, what is that? Andy something says, your brother said something about Pat McAfee, and I thought he was you, and he was kind of hateful, so I told him to stop hating. He was about to plant chick female. I don't know what that means, Andy Indica, but I'm nothing like my brother. I'm not a big fan of Pat McAfee, so shout out to him. Sad I missed Big 10 Mac Tuesday. Raglan's melting. I want to apologize to everybody. My show yesterday, Big 10 and the Mac, unfortunately, there was a copyright violation. I had to take it down. Music played that was a copyright, so can't have it up. And if you missed the show, you can't go back and watch it. Sorry, guys. Hope you were there. There was people there watching. Raglan says, hope you have a good day, big dog. Hope we have a good night, man. I appreciate you. Shout out to anybody in green. Those are the MVPs with their badges. You see them. Shout out to them. STX says, what up, Rico? When do you talk about the Sun Belt? So I talk about the Sun Belt on Thursdays with the SEC. So that'll be tomorrow, STX. I will have my show and talk about the Sun Belt. I'm here, bruh. What up, Andy? I'm here too, bruh. John Babbage says, what's up, big dog? I'm up. We're all up. Emilio, that golden boy, says, UTEP money line. Notice Emilio is not a green name. Please don't confuse people giving out their props and takes in here and their guesses for MVP type data. No MVP is screaming out UTEP money line, but Emilio is. I hope he hits, bruh. Go make it big. Tanner Macy says, how do you feel about UTEP's quarterback tonight? So Tanner Macy, their quarterback tonight is going to be Gavin McCall or what's his name? I forget his name. I apologize. Let me pull it up. The kid who played last week, McConnell. And I say I forget his name. He's the 4th string quarterback, but he played well last week, right? And it's a little misleading. So Cade McConnell, 11 for 17 last week, 262 and 2 yards. What you don't know, or what people need to understand, is he was 10 for 10 with 204 yards passing and 2 touchdowns at the end of the first quarter. That means he went 1 for 7 and 60 yards the rest of the game. His true talent showed the rest of the game. He's not very good. Now, he was hitting Akari deep all day long and made Akari look like Randy Moss. But this is not a great quarterback. He's a JUCO transfer. I've watched him up and down now. I put in my work. I'm not impressed with him. I don't believe in him. Shout out to him. Congratulations to Conscious Guru. You just became an MVP. Welcome to the team. Make sure you watch the videos on the MVP playlist and learn all you can about today's picks and props. Smartest decision you made this year. How do you feel about it? That's how I feel about it. Jason Parkinson. He's an E7, formerly in the Air Force. He says, hey, Top. That's what they call me, by the way, in the Army as a first sergeant. They call you Top. What up, Top? He says, hey, Top and Kim. Kim's in the kitchen cooking right now. Babe, you cooking? I am. She's cooking. She's doing what a woman does, either cooking or cleaning, and she's barefoot. I appreciate the work y'all put in when it comes to all of this. Kim is the rock that fuels the man, food and drinks. That support doesn't go unnoticed. Love y'all. It's the truth, man. She gets it done. I don't have to do much, but just, I'm the talent. I'm the talent. Flip Collins says, Rico does know, and Rico I trust. Shout out to Flip Collins. This is a loyal MVP. When people think we're missing, when people on TikTok say we're not hitting, you see MVPs who talk like this, write like this, show up to every live stream, every watch party, and understand what we're doing here. We are providing information. We are the textbook. We cannot take the test for you. You still have to push the buttons yourself. You still have to figure out your plays, your bets, your moves. You have your own strategy. But here's the data. Here's the information. And that's how we leave it. And Flip Collins gets it. Shout out to you, brother. Willie Bobo says a lighter shade of brown. Hey, it's on a Sunday afternoon. I'm Latin active. Lighter shade of brown. Logan Arlen. USF -3 against UConn. They had a terrible showing against FAU last week. I was shocked. Yeah, UConn's still a bad team. I was shocked by that performance wholeheartedly. USF did not come to play. They didn't do well. And I think that might be the coaching gap there. That might have been Herman as a great coach, right? What he did, Tom Herman, former Texas and Houston coach, getting the most out of his players. Now at FAU, just looks to be better and do more with his team compared to somebody who's new and somebody who doesn't quite know what they're doing, right? So it's two new coaches at two different schools, but that's how we feel. So I'm looking at USF, and that's probably what I would have expected from them in the preseason, but not so far this season. They've looked really good this season, but in the preseason, I thought they were the worst team in America. I gave them one. I said they're going to win one game. True story. I said Alex Golish, their head coach, was going to be a failure and only going to win one game. Instead, he found a dynamic, true redshirt freshman quarterback, and they've been able to win games until last week. When I say put your money on them, they go and lay an egg. David in Arizona, good afternoon, Rico. Good afternoon, David. Alan Morris says, TCU take points. I don't know what that means. I'm not a gambler. I'm not familiar with the phrasing of lay and take. I don't know what that means, so I apologize. And that new quarterback they have, take the over on yards and touchdowns. Yes, Alan Morris. The TCU, Hooper is his name? Is it Hooper or Hopper? The TCU quarterback is the newest thing since sliced bread. He's the guy everybody's talking about. He's actually better than Chandler. He's playing great. There it is. It's something to talk about. Put up 44 points on BYU. Made BYU look like they didn't belong there. Hoover, my bad. He doesn't suck. I remember saying this. I said Hooper. Hoover, 37 for 58. All you have to know is you come off the bench and your coach calls 58 pass plays and you're winning the game and we're still passing the plays. And you have a guy like Amani Bailey at running back who can just carry the load. They don't care. They're throwing it. And he's throwing it to insurance salesmen. Right? Richardson here. This is a transfer from Oklahoma State. 6 receptions, 104 yards. Great player. Little shifty dude. Little Edelman-esque. And then you've got Hoover getting it done. Still 2 turnovers, but never in doubt. Out there dominating 584 total yards. BYU, this is gross, bro. You can't allow something like this. It's crazy. So shout out to Hoover taking the over on yards and touchdowns. Look at Alan Morris out here giving plays, giving recommendations. Remember, he's not in green, but he knows what he's doing. Rico Knows for president. I'll go to all states and throw in ballots. And guys call it cheating. I call it winning. I definitely don't want to be political. I don't have an affiliation. I'm good. I don't want to win presidency. I want to watch sports. Daniel Richardson is all right at quarterback. Ragland is talking about Daniel Richardson. That is the Central Michigan transfer to FAU. He was the backup, but because Casey Thompson got hurt and out for the rest of the year, Daniel Richardson is now the starter. When you watch him, don't be shocked. He looks a little overweight. He looks kind of fat. It's just a rib cage thing he wears, plus he's not in shape. But he's not your traditional dual threat, but he's fine. He's good enough. He stands plays. Ash is pretty upset right now. Give me a second. She might bark. There we go. She's mad about something. Sweetie? Just making sure you're okay. Ash is worried about you. Okay, Andres, what up, man? Nice badge. Andres got that over 1 month badge. You guys see it? He's over 1 month. He's got the black badge. What up, Rico? Hope it was a good Wednesday. It was a good Wednesday. All in on the pick of the night tonight. Placed it when you posted about it last week. What Andres is talking about, and this is rare, but on Sunday, I made a video, and I told everybody who to take tonight because the spreads were off. Vegas had the spreads wrong. Vegas didn't know what they were doing, and this is when I made a video, and one of the videos I made, I said, take South Alabama. They're going to win by 30. I said this on Saturday. I said this on Saturday. Take South Alabama. They're going to win by 30. Told all the MVPs. Some people listened, and they're sitting healthy. They're fat. They put it all out there. I was wrong. They didn't win by 30. They won by 50. They won by 50. Vegas doesn't have a clue what they're doing. I saw the spread was like 13.5, and I said, guys, this is a joke. I know how good this team is. I know how good this team is. They're going to win by 30. Go put all your money on this. And certain MVPs watched the video, listened, and made their money last night. Some people parlayed it with tonight. I know I got one MVP right now. He's waiting, and if it hits tonight, if we get it right, he will make $2,700 tonight. This is an average guy. This is a walking around average dude. $2,700 is a lot of money to anybody, but it's sure as hell a lot of money to somebody who works every day and is average. He's turning $25 worth of information. Oh, by the way, he hit for $3,000 2 weeks ago off MVP locks, parlays. And he called me with money flying in the air. He was doing this. He was throwing it up in a hotel room. This is the life the MVPs are living. So shout out to Andres. Congrats, bro. I hope it hits tonight, and I hope you're doing the same thing. Throwing money at single mothers. Providing for all those kids out there. Do your thing. Sam Houston and UTEP tonight. Tyler Reinbold. If you want to know who I'm picking for games, you got to be an MVP, brother. That's just the way it goes. Thanks for asking. Hey, Rico, if you have time, look at the remainder of SMU's schedule. I think they have a great path to make it to the American Conference Championship game. So SMU's schedule, I'm a huge believer that SMU is one of the best teams in the American. I like them in Memphis. I'm looking at them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins, 6, 7, 8, 9. They could potentially win 10 games. 10 games. I say on the road at Memphis is very difficult for them, and North Texas is a shootout. They can win the rest. I like everything SMU is doing. They're that dominant. I knew this in the preseason, guys. I knew this in the preseason when I did my transfer portal rankings. I want to say I had them in my top 10 for sure, top 5 maybe. And if you were in my rankings towards the top, your team was going to overperform what they used to do because my rankings were based on something called impact, and it was a net impact. How much did you lose in the transfer portal versus how much did you gain, right? And the teams in my top 5, teams like Texas State, Colorado, Florida State, SMU, Charlotte. These are teams that are vastly improved this year, and that's because I get the ratio right, and I understand what I'm looking at. I'm also a great evaluator of talent. Thanks for bringing it up, though. I feel you, brother. Zuflu says, thoughts on transfer Jaden Higgins at Iowa State from Eastern Kentucky. Did he rank anywhere on your transfer list? So initially, shout out to Zuflu for asking the question. Jaden Higgins did not rank on my transfer list for individual players. He did rank with Iowa State. He did push Iowa State up the rankings. Not too far, but he was there. Where did I have them ranked? I can pull this up. 1 second. Excuse me. Let's go to transfer portal rankings. And let's look for... By the way, there's proof I believed in SMU. They were 3rd on the chart. third. Okay. But Iowa State, they weren't that high up. Where were they? I don't want to have to control F this. But if you're ever curious if I had teams failing or not, did I have Iowa State spelled differently? Can't take it anymore. Where you at, bro? There it is. Where's it at? I can't even see where it's highlighted on my screen. Oh, it's over here. No. There we go. 95th. Not good. All I wrote was they didn't lose much at all. So in the winter, they were ranked 112th. I moved them up to 95th, and this is after I did a bunch of different metrics for them. But I identified that they signed 3 starters in the transfer portal. I'm sorry, 3 players. 2 of them were starters. And your boy Higgins, right? Good wide receiver. Had a good night the other night. When I picked Iowa State to beat, who'd they just beat? I just had them beating somebody. Forgot who it was. I said they would beat them, and I was right because I knew what I was looking at. Who was it? I'm drawing a blank. It was just the other day. I watched the whole game. Oh, Cincinnati. Yeah, so Higgins went off against Cincinnati. I want to tell you, I was so impressed with his yak, with his yards after catch. Just running. It just looked like he was gliding, bro. They weren't taking the proper angles to get him. He was just taking little drag routes, little slants, and just taking them. He'd go from the left side of the screen or the top of the screen, come on down, and he'd just be running along the sideline. I just thought, man, what a pretty route runner. Like, what a good receiver. Now, he doesn't look very strong. Doesn't look like he can get off a jam, but I'm cool with it. I like Jaden Higgins. Thought he was a good player. Once again, not top 50 for ranking purposes, but I'm happy for them. Check out Blunt's On Paper podcast. Look at that, man. He said, Coach, one more good night. I got a video for you tomorrow. Shout out to Blunt's On Paper podcast. He says if he hits one more good night, he's going to make a video for me tomorrow. I feel that, man. I appreciate you. He calls me coach because I did coach that man in football back 20 years ago. I was his coach, so shout out to him. I appreciate you being here, DJ. Good to see you, man. Conscious Guru, congratulations for being MVP again. FTX Weston says, what's good, Rico? How confident are you in New Mexico State's spread? FTX Weston, that's an MVP level question, and we don't do MVP level questions out here, bro. Is there a way to get MVP through your phone? I don't own a computer. Yes, Cody Favor. Really easy. You can click on the link in the details of this video right now. That's number 1. Okay. Number 2, you can open up YouTube using the browser version of YouTube. Don't use the app. Just go to Safari, right? You have an iPhone. It will load it. You don't stop using the YouTube app. When you go to YouTube and you type in YouTube Google and you click on YouTube, your phone will prompt you and say, do you want to use the app? Say, no, I don't want to use the app. I want to go to YouTube's homepage without the app. I want to use my internet like you would go to the internet to search something. Once you use the browser version of YouTube, go to Rico Knows homepage and the join button will be there. It's really easy. Just don't use the app to utilize YouTube. Like you're writing it here. You're saying my iPhone won't load the tab because you're using your iPhone and you're using the YouTube app. Stop using the YouTube app. Go to the browser, search YouTube, then click on the link, and it'll take you to the browser version of YouTube, and you'll be able to do it. Really simple. Or you can just hit the chat details down here. I put a link in the details of this video. You should be able to do it that way. There's 2 ways. Shout out to you. Good luck. Rico be making everybody some money. Thank you, Trayon Young. These guys don't know. Late, but I'm here. What up, Evan Kramer? You're never late, man. Don't ever rush it. You're easy. You guys can catch up. Rel says, Rico, good work yesterday. I know you went 1 and 2 on game picks, but you gave me enough insight to go place other bets that won. It's 100% right, Rel. That's what we do. Don't worry. You know what? I want to say this, and I don't mean to sound crazy, But my pick record is irrelevant. My pick record is irrelevant because you're not supposed to be blind tailing me anyways. Your record could be undefeated. Your record can go 5-0 on a week if you pick the right locks, right? If you pick the right locks and you listen to the right information and you take the right props, you will hit. And it ain't got shit to do with what I missed or hit. Irrelevant. Trust. Because there's guys last night that went 0 for 2. And then there's people that went 1-0. There's a dude right now pissed off. He went 0 for 1 last night. And he's saying, Rico doesn't know shit. I missed because of him. I'm 0 for 1. Well, there's somebody else out there that's going, Rico got it all right. I just hit a 3 parlay. I did 2 props, and I picked South Alabama to cover the spread. And that dude's eating steak. The difference between the two individuals is one guy knows what he's doing, and the other doesn't. That's it. So this guy, Rel, here says, Rico, you went 1 for 2. The difference is he understood what games to bet on, what props to take, and you come out ahead on your units. And you got to do your units. You got to manage your units. Ricky Bobby, it's that time, baby. Turn on Rico Knows and give myself a Dutch oven, like he always says. This is a 14-year-old with a phone, y'all. I'm convinced. Dutch gang, come in. Also parlayed those 2 picks on Saturday. LFG. Let's go. I appreciate you, man. I hope they hit tonight, Andres. Good luck. Vegas Content Gap channel, a loyal MVP member, says, just popping in via from last night. Rich Rod owns us. Okay, carrying on. Let's get this money tonight. Yeah, I had one guy write in the MVP chat. He said, hey, Rico, can we stop betting against Jacksonville State? I said, yes, you can. You have every right to say, hey, I'm betting against Jacksonville. You know how many MVPs tonight do not give a shit what I have to say about Sam Houston? They're not touching that game. No matter what I say, they're not touching that game because Sam Houston is not bettable. There are MVPs that say this team will not be bet on. Toledo, Sam Houston are not to be bet on no matter what. Trust. There are people out there. So it doesn't matter what I say. You come up with your own solutions, your own implementation, and you go be great. Shout out to you, Vegas Content. Love seeing you, brother. Raglan says, who dominates the trenches, in your opinion, in the West Virginia versus OK State game? I like West Virginia to dominate the trenches, but I like OK State's skill players a lot better. I like OK State's skill players better. Their running back, Ollie Gordon, is more explosive, more dynamic. Their wide receivers are good. I like OK State in that matchup. If I'm thinking out loud, I like OK State in that matchup, and I think they have the coaching advantage there. Just keeping it real. Shout out to Cincinnati for being terrible. Never doubt Tulane defensive coordinator Shell Wood, best group of 5 defensive coordinator. Trying to tell you guys, I like Tulane's defense. Got it, thanks. Word, Cody. Hope you find it, man. Hope you get it done. Some people are just bad luck. Whatever they bet never hits. Yeah, some of these guys, they can go pick a girl off a dating app, and then their relationship will fail. And they'll say, there ain't shit on Tinder. There ain't nothing on Bumble. And they'll delete the app, not realizing they're the problem. Not realizing they're the problem. They just, and they'll walk around going, man, there ain't nothing but trash on there. I was on there. I couldn't find nothing good. Ain't no good people out there. Listen, stop looking for a good person because even when you find them, they're not going to want you. That's the reality. You're not the best version of yourself. I'm just letting you know. You could be, everybody's like, well, I need to find me a good man. There's no good men on there. There's no good women on there. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even if you found one, they wouldn't want you. You're not good. Right? So sometimes you guys find information on these games, but you might have really bad habits. You don't hear about these degenerates. I do the live stream every night. I do the watch party every night for college football. And do you not? I read the live chat, and there are people going, Rico, should I take the live bet here? Should I take the live spread here? What about this new over? Oh, my God, I just saw the live. It's this, it's this. And they just are nonstop trying to throw money at this thing, hoping to win all their money back and win big. And I'm sitting here going, bro, if you just put 1 unit on the game, if you just put $20 on the game, what are we doing? You wouldn't be sweating it like this. You wouldn't be chasing it. When you put $20 on a game, if it wins or it loses, it doesn't really matter, right? No, it shouldn't matter, because if you're putting 20 on a game, your bankroll should be $2,000. You should be putting 1% of your bankroll on any given bet. 1 unit is 1% of your bankroll. So how much are you prepared to lose in gambling on a particular night? If it's $500, you should not be betting more than $5, because everything should be 1 unit at a minimum. Or at a maximum, you can go multiple units. I'm okay with that. But if you don't know how to manage your bankroll to be successful and win money, don't talk to me about money. That's like when a guy says to me, oh, I lost $800 last night. That is not the same as someone saying to me, Rico, I'm down 5 units. Remember, 5 units to you is different than 5 units to me. 5 units to you could be $500 if you have $10,000 in your bankroll. Or $500 could be your entire bankroll. And you say, I can't bet anymore for the next 2 weeks till I get paid again. That's somebody who doesn't know how to manage their bankroll. And I'm trying to tell you, if you track it in units and you do a macro understanding of units, you'll be successful. You will win more money. You will be able to do this for a profit. But if you don't track units and you don't stay within the parameters of your units, you will fail. And as you win more, you should take a percentage of your winnings and move it out, and then take the other percentage and apply it to your units. So let's say your unit size is, your bankroll is $500. Your unit size is $5. And you're betting $5 on everything. On this prop bet, on the game, on this spread, you're just betting $5 everywhere. And over time, let's say you get enough money to where your bankroll is $700. Let's say you made $200 profit. You should take that $700, you should take $200, take $100 of it, go put it in your account. You made it. It's good. Take the other $100, and now it's part of your bankroll, and now your unit size is $6. And every $100 you get up, you can increase your unit size by $1. So when your bankroll's $1,000, you can now bet $10 on everything. This small incremented way of walking and crawling is way better than saying, oh, I got $200 on the game tonight. I got $200 on the game tonight. Bro, how much you making every 2 weeks? That you're betting $200, how much you making every 2 weeks? Let me know what your paycheck is. It's just a different mindset. I wish people understood. Rico just got in here. We discussed today's games already. We always discuss the games first, Brandon Acevedo. You can rewind the show, set it to 1.25 speed playback, and you'll catch back up, or 1.5, you'll catch up. If you show up late, just start the show over, put it at 1.5 speed, playback speed, and you'll catch up. Do you think Chris Mitchell will perform well against Sam Houston tonight? Nate, Chris Mitchell is the leading receiver for FIU. For those who don't know, Chris Mitchell has 4 receiving touchdowns on the season. He's leading the team in receiving. For a wide receiver to perform well, he needs a couple of things. Number 1, he needs a favorable matchup from the defense. And number 2, he needs a good quarterback. Chris Mitchell has neither. His quarterback doesn't give him the ball consistently and struggles to throw. And Sam Houston has a really good defense. If Chris Mitchell's going to go off tonight, I'll be happy for him. I don't see it. I see him struggling. I see his quarterback struggling to get the ball off. I see them having no sense of running game. They're going to get smashed in the run game, and they can do that with only 7 in the box. So there'll be safety help over the top. But Chris Mitchell is the best receiver on FIU. He is the best receiver. Actually, he's the best receiver in the game. You could include Sam Houston's guys. He's better than them. I like Chris Mitchell. I want him to do well tonight. The odds are against him doing well tonight, but I want to see it. John Williams says, why do you celebrate injury? I think you guys misinterpret what I do. I do not celebrate injury or injuries, plural. I celebrate opportunities for people on the bench. I celebrate opportunities for great players. You guys don't know that, and maybe you've never studied this, but Steve Young is in the Hall of Fame because of an injury, because somebody got injured to allow him to start. Okay? The same can be said for Kurt Warner. The same can be said for Tom Brady. There's just Drew Brees. There are so many players that got their break due to an injury, and then they got in the starting lineup and never relinquished the job. So when somebody goes down with an injury, you can pretend to care about them. You can pretend to be a fan of them and want to support them. I don't do that. I'm not a fan of certain players to begin with, and I'm not going to pretend to support them and want to see them come back when I am advocating for the 53rd guy on the roster to get his NFL dream and get that $27,000 check for one game because he got activated to the active roster. You see, when a guy goes down, a linebacker goes down for the whole season. There's a linebacker on the practice squad that went home, not that he's excited about the injury, he's excited about his opportunity. And he's telling his wife, we're going to fucking finally make it. Now I can get you that Camry. Now we can go do something, right? And that's my mindset. I'm here to celebrate the players I talk about, the players on the fringe of the roster, and I get excited about their opportunity to succeed. You guys are the fans of every player that you see on ESPN, SportsCenter, or Mock Draft, and you pretend to be a fan of that player. Like, you don't know Anthony Richardson personally. You never met him. He's never achieved anything on the field far greater than anybody else. He was the 12th best quarterback in the SEC. He couldn't start over Emory Jones. Why do you think Anthony Richardson's so great? Because you watch mock drafts and TV, and that convinced you he's a great player. And then you pretend to be his fan and cheer for him. You're not even a Colts fan. You're an Anthony Richardson guy all of a sudden. And then he gets injured, and then you look around and go, why doesn't everybody else feel the way I do? Why doesn't everybody cheer for him the way I do? It's ridiculous for you to try to impose your mindset and your frame of mind on me. Because when I see him go down, the first thing I go is, oh shit, he's in. And this is a guy I've been telling you about, and I'm excited out of my mind for the opportunity that somebody else is getting. Don't misinterpret what I'm doing here. There's nuance to it. There's layers to this. I can understand that you watch the game and you go, oh, he's cheering. I'm super excited for that man and his family and his wife and kids and his brothers and sisters and mothers. I'm excited for whoever gets an opportunity after an injury. I'm most definitely excited for the opportunity. You can sit there and pretend like you're hurt and you want this to go better. Injuries are part of the game. That's why there's a whole injury report. There's a designation called injured reserve. Are we supposed to have a moment of silence for every injury? Is that what we're supposed to do? I'm supposed to come on here and be somber and be like, oh my God, we had another injury today. So-and-so is day to day. Bruh, there's an injury report. 3 dudes are doubtful for the game. That means 3 guys from the practice squad are coming up and living their NFL dream. And I'm excited for it. I don't give a shit about your feelings or who you think you should be cheering for or any of that stuff. I don't care. College needs better rules about injury reports. Yes, they do. BP the Great. It's not a professional thing. It's a courtesy thing. It's not, but it's bull. It really is. Thomas Argon says, hey, fellow MVPs, what sports books are you using to make your player props? Argon, I can't find it on the books I have. It's usually the state you're in, Argon. Sometimes the state you're in won't allow player props. Player props are on FanDuel and DraftKings all the time. But if you don't see them, it's because you're in the wrong state. Just so we're clear. Cody Favor. It was that easy, Cody. He just became an MVP. Congratulations, Cody. Go catch the MVP playlist. Watch the videos. Take notes. Be smart. Take notes. Take screenshots if needed. Do not share MVP data. You will get blocked. I had to block one person this week for sharing screenshots of the data on a Discord server, and it got back to me. You get blocked, and, well, we keep your money, and you keep it moving. You broke the rules. Hell yeah, what up? Okay, thanks, Rico. I appreciate that. No problem, Nate. New to your content, do you cover other sports? Myron Kidd, I cover college football day and night, 24/7. I cover UFC. I cover some NFL. I definitely cover the NFL draft. I cover March Madness. I cover Olympic sports, so track and field. And then I cover whatever's trending in sports. But I don't really cover NBA results. I don't cover baseball at all. But I try to do my best to cover whatever's trending in sports that particular day. But the gist of it is college football, in-depth, high school football, stuff like that. I hope we hit everything you're looking for. Myron, if you're curious, there are different playlists that have everything you're looking for. And the playlist will kind of explain what I cover. When you check the titles of the playlist, you'll know what to see. Stephanie V, what up, girl? Thanks for being here. Joshua Godinez, what up? Rico, do you think Air Force dominates this weekend? Joshua Godinez, that is an MVP level lock. I can only talk about that one with the MVPs, but thank you for asking. Nate says, facts. Injuries happen. It's just a part of the game. Hard to avoid it. Well, impossible to avoid it. Hard to pretend like every injury is breaking my heart. Right, guys? I hate fake concern in this world. I want you guys to know that right now. People keep asking me how I feel about the conflicts in the Middle East, or homeless people, or global warming, or pollution, whatever. And I tell you guys all the same thing. I don't have to feel any way about those things. There are 8 billion people in this world, or nearly 8 billion people in the world. There's a lot of people in this world. And there's a lot of people more qualified than me addressing those issues and caring about those issues more than me. So instead of going to your computer every day, this is what's wrong with society. People get on their phone, people go to social media, they get on their computer, they talk to their friends, and they pretend to be outraged and furious and want change, and then they got to care about every single topic out there. And you know what? We don't need it. It doesn't solve anything. It's just fake energy. It's a waste of energy. You're not solving that issue. Somebody better than you is probably applying all of their resources to solve that issue. I'll leave it to somebody else. You know, like Bill Gates is trying to solve malaria in Africa. Should I give a shit about malaria in Africa? No. Somebody's already on it, and they're doing a great job at it, and we got about maybe 1,000 other people attacking it. We should all keep our purview where it's at, become a SME or a subject matter expert on what we care about and what we can impart and fix, and that's it. Every now and then you'll see me use my platform to give a player exposure in recruiting, or to call light to something that's going wrong in a particular situation. But I'm not here to grandstand. I'm not a social justice warrior by any means. I'm not outraged by a whole bunch of things. Like, I just don't live like that. And I think that anybody who does probably is going to struggle resonating with me or relating to me, because I just won't lose any sleep over it. Like, I'll drive past a stray dog because I realize there's somebody else that can help that dog more than me today. I'm going to keep driving. Now, there's some people who would never drive past a stray dog. They're going to treat it like it's a stray kid. And I just look at those people and I'm like, that's cool. That's your lane. That's what you bring to this world. We're different people. That's how it is. So don't dictate to me what I need to care about, right? Don't. Because I think there's other people in this world that should be addressing that issue. And I'm glad they care about it, because they can actually do it. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to find the cure for cancer. Yep. Yeah, the long story of it is I keep politics out of my shit, and I don't get political about a lot of things. I have no agenda, man. I just want to talk sports. Josh, if you get the MVP, you would know. Shout out to Brian Yu for just letting them know straight up. MVP is where it's at. Anybody with a green name and a badge, especially the black badges, those guys have been an MVP over a month. Trust me, those guys, hey, they didn't just pay 25. They're at 50 now. All those black badges, they're in because they're winning. Bobby Albright says, what's good, Rico? How do you feel about Avery Johnson, and what's next for Will Howard? So what's next for Will Howard is unemployment. I like Avery Johnson. I think he brings a lot to the table. If you don't know what he's talking about, guys, he's talking about the quarterback situation at K-State. It just looks like Avery Johnson's got it. The it factor. The intangibles. He's got it, man. He's got the moxie. Avery Johnson will move the chains. You feel like you're in the game if Avery Johnson's in the game. I like him, man. I like that kid. And, you know, Avery Johnson, not to be confused with the basketball coach. He's the complete opposite. But Will Howard, on the other hand, underachieving, underperforming, underwhelmed. A lot of unders I can say about Will Howard. If Will Howard's playing the game, bet the under. Like, he's so underwhelming. And I just don't like it. It brings no excitement to the position. I don't look forward to it. I hope Will Howard finds his way as a coach someday, but I don't think he should be out there on the field. Yeah, no time for fake outrage. Be grateful and be present. Shout out to you, Vegas. Distractions. Yep. This is why I only listen to Rico now. He shoots it straight and keeps politics out of it. Shout out to you, Evan Kramer. That's what I try to do. Reminds me of the Khalil Tate situation years back. There you go, Bobby Albright. Wait, is Howard a senior? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I didn't check. Where can I check? Let me do this. He's a senior, but 2020 doesn't count, right? So if you're looking, 2020 doesn't count. He redshirted here. I want to say he redshirted in 2021. I can double check. And then 2022, that's going to be your freshman year, sophomore. So this is really his junior year or his sophomore year of eligibility. I think he has 2 years left if he does it right, no matter what this says. Another way to do it is you go to overview, click in here. If he only played 4 games in 2021, then he's good. We got to just see. Nope, he used the year of eligibility here. So 2020 doesn't count. This is your freshman year. 22, so he's sophomore, junior. He's a junior. He's got 1 year of eligibility left. Will Howard does. And, yeah, he can be back next year, or he can redshirt next year, and then he could do 2 more years. He's got 2 to do 1. Guess we'll be seeing Howard on Tuesdays next year. Possibly. Reminds me of the yep. Hey guys, don't know why the message was deleted, Myron, but you got to remember the rules. We talk Big 12 and AACC on Wednesdays. I'm pretty sure Evan caught something there. Shout out to everybody for being here. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember, live watch party tonight at 7 in about 2 hours. I'll be on about 20 minutes prior, just kicking it on TikTok with music playing and just talking to people getting ready for the game tonight. I'll see you guys there. Going to enjoy dinner with Kim, the beautiful Kim. She's cooking. Baby, how much longer we got on dinner? 15 minutes. All right, y'all. I'll catch you guys later. See you tonight. Good luck, MVPs. Make all the right bets. Watch the videos. Put the effort in. And if you're not an MVP, well, do like everybody says. Make your money, bro. Good luck, y'all. Peace. But remember, we're about to go green tonight.
When they come, and they will, they'll come for you.
I have an army.
We have a Hulk.
Well, I thought the beast had wandered off.
You're missing the point. There's no throne. There is no version of this where you come out on top.
Let me infiltrate the beat, concentrate the heat. If you ain't on my level, fuck it, let me be. I'll be going till it's all in motion, talking killing rappers, then I hit my quota. And my train of thought is more a locomotive, talking reason for it, I got locomotive. Used to be on a revenge tip, on a stun on my ex and a friend's tip. I was Spider-Man whipping the black suit, I was powerful but almost lost Luke. Blurring the line between human and artist, try not to change but I swear it's the hardest. I swear when you're up they turn you to a target. Home was a trip, all I did when I'm talking. So, what it take to be an icon? All in your desktop, so I just might already be one. Mind me with the label, it feels on the table one sign, but I'm down for a free lunch. Just speaking my heat-seeking missiles of hits, but other than me, I see no heat exist. Yo, gassed up, I'm about to go green, go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me, know me. Write it to life like I'm Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. If life's about to be a cold war, I'm the hero that they asked for. Green, 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 green. I'm about to go green, 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 green. I'm about to go green, green, green. I'm about to go green. Get the fuck back, I'm about to go green. I might begin making a feature Iraq. Cause when I hit your beat, I turn shit to Iraq. Dropping bombs like I'm cursing you out. This your house, then I'm kicking you out. Quiet as a mouse, came in the game, not a word is out that I've been lighting the flame. Shit is potent, don't you know it? I've been flowing, steady growing till they know the name. Saw it ahead of time, knew that I'd get to my losing myself in the view to some window pane. I swear I'm all about peace, I'm a positive person. Wasn't always like that, you know it took me some learning. They asked me how I push a positive light, how I keep my composure through internal fights when addressing the mic through these dark nights. Where the Bruce Wayne, what a trick be. Here's some truth that I'll let free, Bruce Banner of rap if you ask me. When my will to win and the track meet, the secret is I'm always angry. Yo, gassed up, I'm about to go green, go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me, know me. Write it to life like I'm Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. If